acquired a peculiar doll from a Mexican street vendor for only 20 pesos, roughly $1 US, as seen in this terrifying clip. Thinking it a collectible, he brought it home. Yet almost instantly, disturbing events commenced around his house. It was cursed. One early morning, at 5:23 a.m., while alone and working on his computer, he heard something chilling, prompting him to grab his phone and record.
Estoy trabajando. Disculpen el reguero. Ahí están mis perritos durmiendo. Son las 5:23 de la mañana. Estoy trabajando. Y de... cinco veintitrés de la mañana, 5:24 ya, para los que dicen que... Para los que dicen que ocurre nada más a las 3 de la mañana, no. Son las 5 ya de la mañana. Con 24 minutos. Ahí están mis perritos. Están durmiendo. Y lo curioso es... Alexa, luz del cuarto blanco frío.
Muy bien.
Están escuchando. Escuchen. Son susurros. Y no hay nadie, no. Siempre los muestro que no hay nadie para que luego no digan, no, es que eso, qué sé yo, de tus amigos, de tus familiares o lo que sea, no hay absolutamente nadie.
The man recorded inexplicable knocking and spectral whispers emanating from beyond his door, reverberating through his entire home. After searching every room, he found no one present. Then, mere nights later, at roughly 3:43 a.m., while again working late, something far more unsettling transpired. Observe closely what unfolds next.
Son las 3:43 de la mañana y justo... Otra vez. Luego empiezo a sentir adrenalina. Por eso respiro así. Encendí la linterna. No hay nadie. Todo está totalmente cerrado.
An unnatural, dreadful scream abruptly reverberated through the house. He searched every room again, but found no presence. Yet as he turned to return to his room, the nightmare swiftly intensified.
No entiendo qué... Para los que me dicen que me vaya de la casa, manchen. Es bien fácil decirlo.
A hard knock shook his garden door, but when he opened it, no one stood there. Instantly, heavy footsteps thundered toward him from the shadows, forcing him back. Desperate for answers, he brought a friend over for a Ouija board session, hoping to uncover his tormentor. But instead of an explanation, it only worsened, and the very next night, he recorded something that would haunt his entire life. In the shadows, a chilling, dark figure with a seared face and glowing eyes was caught peeking from a corner, only to vanish. Its burnt visage and menacing stare were profoundly unnatural. The man hasn't been able to find the doll's vendor since. Bobby's home is renowned for intense paranormal activity, with his chilling encounters seemingly ceaseless. It began after a spectral figure was caught on his daughter's bedroom CCTV. Since that disturbing instant, the paranormal occurrences in his residence have sharply escalated. Disembodied footsteps reverberate through the halls, and cupboards groan open unaided. Bobby's camera has documented all manner of supernatural disturbances, and the footage he captured next is no different.
Damn reflection, but look, still moving. Let's get you before it stops. Look, still moving. Oh no, it moved. Look, it was sitting there, as you can see from the dust. Oh, so it moved. Alright. Can you make it swing again? Damn, I really need to wipe off in there. Look at all that shit. Can you make it swing again? Try to open that more. Hello? Can you make it move again? Oh, look. It made them all move now. Nice. Can you make it swing like you did before when it hit the glass? What's going on? This? Alright, now I said swing it, not move it. Jeez Louise. Jeez Louise. And I opened that thing, so probably let the damn thing out. Yo, this thing keeps moving. I'm like nervous and shaking, and I'm lightheaded a little bit. Keeps going out of focus. Surprised some things ain't shaking more, how much it moved. I'm so nervous, man. So lightheaded. I'm gonna regret this, but can you make it move again? Can you make it move again? So lightheaded. Can you slide it the other way? Keeps going out of focus. Yo! Was that a nickel, a dime, a penny? Look, there's my change. That thing went flying. How did it not hit the glass? See, that's some glitch in the Matrix shit. Yo, I gotta rewatch that, cause how to get past that glass and fly behind this stuff. That's definitely not what flew out. I don't even know where that went. Or even... That looked like a quarter or a nickel or a dime, because it wasn't no penny. That shit was too shiny for that. I'm like freaking out. See, it keeps going out of focus, man. I think something's in there. I'm good. It can stay in there. Yeah, I'm gonna rewatch that again, because I'm a little stumped on how it didn't hit the glass.
Bobby was drawn to peculiar tapping from his cupboard. Unable to ignore it, he checked, finding something within making the sound. Soon, more objects moved by themselves, ending with a coin dropping as if by design. Though eerie, this feels like only the start. We're sure more haunting videos will appear as Bobby's terrifying encounters continue. A man working overnight at a rundown, aging hospital has become increasingly convinced the building is haunted. For months, he's been hearing strange whispers, echoing through empty corridors, and catching glimpses of shadowy figures darting through the darkness. But tonight was different. After clearly hearing the chilling voice of a child echoing through the hall, he grabbed his phone, hoping to finally capture solid proof of the unsettling activity. At first glance, the footage seems empty, but according to the shaken employee, a ghostly figure of a young girl in white can be seen briefly appearing on camera. At first, he thought it could have been something ordinary, maybe misplaced equipment or even a trash bin. But he's adamant that area was completely empty. What makes his story even more convincing is what the security cameras recorded later that same night. captured in stark clarity. A dark, misty shape slowly emerges from the wall and drifts silently through the hallway before vanishing again into the solid structure. The apparition floats with an eerie stillness that feels undeniably unnatural. There's little doubt something ghostly, maybe even demonic, is haunting this hospital after dark. It's absolutely chilling. Nick had been taking care of his elderly grandmother during a difficult time, when one night, something terrifying happened. He was doing his usual routine when an unexplained event left him rattled. Now, it's important to know that Nick's grandmother suffers from Alzheimer's, which can cause her to stare blankly or speak to things that aren't visible to others. But this night was different. As she stood silently, Nick's camera picked up something deeply disturbing. Out of nowhere, an item sitting on top of the fridge suddenly crashed to the ground. There was no clear reason for it to fall. What made the moment even more unsettling was that the family dog began growling just before it happened. But things became darker once Nick revealed what had actually fallen.
Alright, so this is in response to last night. My grandma loves to collect little figurines. One of my grandma's little angels fell off the fridge last night. You see how far back they are. Genuinely.
The object was a small figurine, one of his grandmother's angel collectibles, that had been placed well toward the back of the fridge. Given its position, there was no way it should have toppled over. Nick couldn't find any explanation, but when he reviewed the footage again, he noticed something truly spine-chilling.
No, I'm pretty sure it's just a plug-in charger. I brought my girlfriend Claire here so she can help demonstrate. But can you try to step in front of that? So it just does that. Move away. So that comment says that the Roomba doesn't do that unless someone's in front of it. My question is, like, why was he doing it last night? It is kind of creepy with a smiley face and everything. Even when it gets to the edge, it does that. But it was on flat ground.
In the video, the family's Roomba vacuum moves strangely, as if something invisible is standing in its path. Its short, hesitant movements seemed unnatural. Nick started to wonder if it had sensed something paranormal. From that moment on, he began feeling tense and uneasy in the kitchen. Unfortunately, since the house's only television was nearby, he had no choice but to stay in that area. Then, while watching something alone one evening, the next bizarre incident occurred.
So, I was watching my show, and after last night, I'm definitely not leaving these lights on. But I was watching my show, and there's nothing there.
The dogs suddenly became alert, both staring into the empty kitchen as if something was there.
Whoa. Whoa. Yo. Oh, that's cool. Jesus!
While filming, the Roomba circled around the living room until it suddenly flipped over on its own. There was nothing in its way. It moved as if thrown by something unseen, though Nick had experienced strange things before. This moment truly shook him. Even though the activity appears to have stopped for now, this eerie series of events has left far more questions than answers. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, then please subscribe to Shivers and ring the notification bell beside it to get notified of future creepy videos. I will really appreciate that, and I'll see you next time.